able to manage to potentially sneak away third place.
And here we go. Moving into game 2. Honey, just any thoughts on this champion select that we have before our eyes here before we start game 2?
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Could not agree with you more there, honey. Brilliant analysis as always. And now we are live, getting started on game 2 of Rift Rangers versus Team Never Surrender.
Right. As we get into game, important to note that Garo opting to go for the Ignite here into the Snar matchup. I could see this going either way.
Yep. Probably will be a pretty volatile top lane if I had to guess. Nikki not at the disadvantage that he was in game 1, playing Cho'Gath into that Darius in the early game.
And it's very important, again, if Team Rift Rangers manage to win at least one game, it forces TNS to play into that play-in matchup against the same team. It guarantees that rematch there in the play-ins as Hook comes out, going to chunk out Catfish Taxi a little in these early lane phase. The Swain, definitely the most vulnerable in these early levels, pre-6. But so far, not much going to happen across the board. Bonren going to hit level 2 first. Might actually look to try and get a trade here onto Zac. Won't be able to do so. Charm goes wide. Yeah, I do feel kind of bad for Zac. Bonren is just a very strong laner.
Yeah. Yeah, we know Zac hovers around that silver elo. Bonren, however, did hit Masters just recently this season, so a pretty big experience in the mid lane.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little rough for a little rough for him. But so far, managing to maintain CSP at parity as Bonren chunking him out significantly there. Not much else is going to happen. Zac is forced to back away.
Yeah, Zac in a dangerous position here now. Trying to catch some of this wave, but really being bullied off a lot of farm here.
Yeah, well, both junglers just looking to full clear from top to bot. Will likely meet each other as the bot lanes begin to match, as Bonren going to pick up a solo kill there on Zac in the mid lane.
Gonna need some replay of that real quick.
Yeah, did expend the flash.
Flashing, Wing for the fear, and just landing a free Q and finishing him off. Alright, back to real time here. Do have a fight forming over the Scuttle Crab here in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Rift Rangers in a position to rotate up and give some support.
Alpha Nikki just got solo killed there in the top side as well. Garo using all his
flashing, but Bonren is here and finding himself in a dangerous spot now. As this is collapsing into a 4v3.
Team Rift Rangers, they're like fish in a barrel. They've been completely cut out. Truhagen trying to look to dash away, but Dragon going to jump on top of him. That's going to be another kill being given over. Catfish Taxi manages to secure that one. Can they manage to kill Blue, though? I don't think they'll be able to, as Zaya will be able to walk away from this team fight.
Yeah, and the story there is Bonren getting that first blood in the mid lane and Zac not even being back to lane yet. Rift Rangers trying to rotate in and help contest that Scuttle Crab, but just not respecting the fact that it was a 3v4 if everyone collapsed.
Yeah, and it's not even looking good in the other side of the map as well. Cowpoke Nikki getting solo killed by Garo.
Oh my goodness, we missed another one. Yeah, we're gonna have to get an instant replay of that. I completely missed that earlier. Yeah, Nikki being ignited. Afraid of flashes there. Back to real time.
I mean, this is a must-win game for the side of Team Never Surrender. If they lose this, then they are guaranteed to. If they lose at all, they are guaranteed to play in. they are guaranteed to play against the Rift Rangers and play-ins, and that is a not fun thing to go through, having to play through an extra series. You need to give away more of your strategies before the playoffs ultimately even begin.
Yep. 5 minutes into the game and about a 2,000 gold lead going over the side of Team Never Surrender.
Yep, Garo now hitting level 6. Cowpoke Nikki still hasn't hit that, still isn't able to use the Gnar just yet. Finally does hit level 6. Not much going to come off of it though.
Yep, Dragon has spawned here.
Yeah, both teams looking to walk towards that one.
Yep, now
so far,
a lot of priority in the mid lane for Bonner here.
Yeah, Zach still not hit that level 6 yet. Still has the Spirit Rush unavailable as EG, Truog, looking to try and face check this bush will ultimately walk away from
once again
from
finding
the
themselves
Empire.
in a 4v3 here as Zach has been forced to base out of mana.
Does still have the TP, can look to teleport back into the fight here, but Bonren is still level 6.
Yeah.
They're going to opt to give this dragon away for now.
Wise decision there with Ari not having ults. No priority to speak of. Just going to give that first dragon away.
Yeah, so far, things not looking very swimmingly for the side of the Team Rift Rangers. Yeah, everyone's just kind of behind, at least a little bit in gold. Mainly in the mid lane, Zach once again down about 1k in comparison to Bonman here. As, hold up, lands the Charm onto the Vex here, does force her to tank another tower shot, but still ends up surviving.
There, a little bit another fight going on the top lane. Nikki losing a lot of health and falling to Garu once again. Another solo kill for Team Never Surrender at the top lane.
Paranoia comes out here, and they are going to opt to dive onto Zach. Will be forced to use the Splash and the Spirit Rush to survive, but does still live.
But he did survive. He did survive.
Yep. He did live. Yeah, that was all he needed. And actually, Strife, using the Paranoia as well, that frees up a lot of this pressure from the bot side of the map. Blue can maybe look to try and make a play down here in the bot side. Yeah, they're just fires all across the map. And then bot. I mean, Blue is not playing spectacularly well, but also the rest of the map is also on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, you hate to see this
as an Australian,
in a must-win game.
As an Australian, you realize that if everywhere else is on fire, it makes life, even when you're living away from it, so much more difficult. As now, lane state's returning to a bit of a lull state, as Strife going to look to try and start these Void Grubs up.
Nikki hitting his passive there, but not able to do much with it. Not really in any position to contest this Void Grubs. It's gonna go over to the team.
Yeah, it's gone. Strife just managing to secure that completely for himself. Cowpoke Nikki maybe looking to try and get
taking a peek
test here. That doesn't matter. Cowpoke Nikki does actually have to be careful. Does hop over that wall. Garo tries to chase him away. Will be able to do so. As this wave in a really bad spot here for Cowpoke Nikki. As meanwhile in the mid lane, True Ogden looking to try and gank Bonrin here. Will he be able to do so? The charm misses here from the side from Zach. True Ogden looking to go in. Does get feared away. Will ultimately be unable to punish that.
Yeah, once again, given the state of affairs, probably has to just look to help Blue in the bot lane get some sort of lead here. Gonna have to weak side the top and mid lane for now.
Yeah, Strife looking to make a play onto True Ogden here, but that is a Szechuani. She will be able to dash over the wall. The Paranoia is used from the side of Strife, and it doesn't opt to go anything for it. Meanwhile, Bondman getting kind of low here in the mid lane, but ultimately Zach out of mana here, unable to pick up that kill once again. Oh, it's got to be so infuriating for Zach. If he could just had a little bit more mana, he might be able to pick up Bonman and maybe come back in this mid lane as the Shadow Surge going to come out here from Bonman is going to flash away. That's going to be the kill being given over to Zach.
Okay, all right. A little bit of light in a dark, dark tunnel. Let's get a replay of that because I totally missed it.
Hold that thought as Calfuck Nikki actually managing to get a solo kill on Garo as this bot lane magic has begun to happen. Blue flashes away from Strife, tries not to get hit by the Nevermore, but does get hit by the Swain. Does still have the Featherstorm here to try and keep herself alive. Actually, no, she doesn't. She doesn't have the Featherstorm. She goes down. Dragon picks up that kill.
Okay, oh, I missed all this too, so now we're gonna get a replay of this. Oh man. All right, back to real time before I miss anything else. Nikki with the solo kill. Just as things start to look good, the Team Rift Rangers just getting caught on the other side of the map. Unfortunate timing there for the side of the Rift Rangers. With things looking pretty calm, I'm going to take a moment to instant replay Nikki's solo kill on the top lane here. Yeah, I think you can do that. The dragons just spawned, but it'll take some time before they can get over here. Okay. Well played, Nikki. Well played. 500 gold going in for that play. Dragon just spawned. Rift Rangers in a position to contest it now, potentially. Zach is here for this fight. Exactly. Zach is here. Yep. Zach has mana. Zach has his ult, I believe. Unfortunately, does not have an item, which Bonrin does have. Yes. And Vision the Empire going to spot out Rift Rangers in that Pixel Brush. They don't have a sweeper here to clear out these vision pockets as Team Never Surrender. They're all looking to start the fight now. As Spear Rush going to come out. Going to get actually one shot by the side of the Rift Rangers, but the damage is just too much from the side of Team Never Surrender. Blue forced to run away. Just needs to retreat. Truagan going to get caught out in the meantime. Blue going to get one shot as well, and that's the team fight for the side of Team Never Surrender. My God, that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of damage, and Strife going down very quickly there. It looked like there might have been a little bit of hope for Rift Raiders in that fight, but then the damage difference was just immediately too much. Shut down by Bonrin, by Catfish Tackley with that massive amount of burst damage. And this is what's so good about the Tristanas. If everyone's all on top of each other, those bombs do so much damage. As Team Rift Rangers going to have to concede the second Drake as well. Not looking so good for them as Cowpoke Nikki is going to get another solo kill in the top side. Garo just getting really low after that turn of events in the Dragon. And oh boy, alright, well, at the very least top lane has been looking somewhat competitive. Yes. Well done, Nikki, in the top lane, giving your team a little bit of hope. Only about a 3k gold lead going over to Team Never Surrender right now. Things are not lost. They are not in the position they were last game, 13 minutes into this game. They do have hope. Yeah, like, Blue's 0-2, but there's actually 20 CS up on the Dragon. Only down about 800 gold here, which is quite, which is honestly fine. You know what? It's still a deficit, but at the same time, it's not like an unbearable deficit, like perhaps Zach is dealing with here in the mid lane. Down almost 2k gold now on Bonrin. Still has not hit that first item yet, that Malignance on the Sari. Okay, another skirmish going on the top lane here. Nikki avoiding the stun, being ulted on by Jax, does have to use the Gnar to get them to back away, but Strife still gonna get stunned up here as Nikki. Garo's very low now, just needs one more Q, doesn't manage to land it. That'll be Strife picking up that kill onto Nikki. Yeah.
Bit of an unfortunate play of events there. If he had just landed that one boulder, he would be able to get at least a kill back there onto that top side. And now True again actually might look to punish a greedy stay here from Garo. Does still have the Glacial Prison.
The ult coming out.
Music here under the tower as there we go. There's the punish from True Nicely played.
Yeah, good look, Steven. Punishing Garu there. Just a little bit of a greedy stay there for some plates.
Yeah, Blue. Bit of a dangerous situation here. Vision the Empire going to zone her away. Does get hit by the Nevermore.
And we have an
will survive as now Dragon going to jump in. Thunderstorm going to be used. Blue managing to flash away. Does still have the recall? Does she have the recall? I don't think she does. Nevermore lands onto the minions, but Catfish Taxi managing to secure that kill. Bit of an unfortunate play of events there for Dragon.
Blue just reading there, face checking that bush with the Swain in it. With that low of health, you hate to see that.
Yeah, and with that play occurring, with EG moving away from that bot side of the map, though, they do manage to secure that Rift Herald. Rift Rangers not out of this game just yet. Still going to be quite difficult here as Strife trying to look to zone away Algan from this Skeletal Crab as EG now looking to move in herself as Calpo Piggy does have the Gnar, does opt to use it, and that'll be the kill going over onto Strife. Death Charge being used onto Bonren. She's going to have to flash away, but I don't think they'll be able to get away for long. That's a shutdown being given over to Nikki, and Team Rift Rangers not dying quietly into the night.
Get yourself a little 200 gold bonus there, Nikki.
Now actually about 1,000 gold ahead on Garo there on the top side. Actually, Algan as well, up about 600 gold from Strife in the jungle. Honestly, they're playing towards their, maybe not playing towards like their win conditions necessarily. I still think that they want to play more or to help Blue out here in the bot side of the map. But honestly, answering very well here from the side of from the side of the Rift Rangers to the plays that Team Nev Surrender have been making across the map.
Yeah, a whole lot of hope on the side of Rift Rangers here, and that's what they need right now. They need hope. They have to stay alive.
Alright, as the dragon spawns in 20 seconds.
Oh, and a solo kill in the top lane. Nikki being ignited, being stunned, eating the full combo of Garu there and going down. That is unfortunate.
Yeah, especially with this dragon spawning in, Garo still having that teleport as both of these, both of the solo laners going to now take out these turrets here in the top and mid lanes. Team Rift Rangers needing to do something here to stem the bleeding.
Yeah, Bond rotating over. Now listen, Team Never Surrender is a little bit split here, so you'd like to see them pick a target and collapse as soon as possible.
Yeah, as they charm Catfish Taxi, but it's not
the ult coming in from Bonren.
It's going to be used, and EG is going to get caught out now. Blue going to have to flash away. Strife just so low here, but his won't ultimately fall. Will eventually fall to Blue there, but Blue now going to get caught out by Dragon. She will go down as well. Zach, the last man surviving from the side of Team Rift Ranger from this fight. As meanwhile on the top side, Cowpoke Nikki trying to look to chase away Garo. Garo will be able to escape with the use of his flash.
Yeah, and listen, in that team fight, they needed Blue's damage. They needed Blue's consistent damage there, and their health was gone so fast they were just forced to completely abandon the fight almost.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate from the side of Team Nev Surrender. They just have so much mobility to be able to just dive onto the rest of the team. And with that, the Featherstorm only helps so much when dealing with these 3 divers trying to go onto you. Blue just can't play the game.
Yeah, by the time Blue ulted there, already was at, I think, less than a quarter HP, so just not really able to
Rift Herald,
that fight.
Well, Rift Herald's going to be used in the mid lane. I believe that they should be able to secure this mid lane tier 1 with this tempo here. As the wave going to get pushed in. Actually, TNS Surrender having a lot of wave clear on this Swain, on this Tristana. Won't be able to take that turret. Blue going to get dove here by Bonman and is going to go down. Bonman picking up another kill.
Yeah, and listen, Juan distracted me there. Gonna have to get an instant replay on the bot lane here. Yeah, Blue, man, you do not want to find yourself in a 1v1 situation with Bondrin 3 levels up.
Yeah.
Back to real time. Yep, just
I mean, it's just so hard for Blue to try and play this game against this against a Vex that's this fed, against the Tristana and Swain that just kind of dive onto you without much to answer for it. As Dragon might be able to get caught out here with this Glacial Prison still up here for Ogden. Well, they do opt to back away with Blue respawning. All right, well, as things.
Hey Juan, good to see you, dude.
Well, as things slow down here on the map, not a whole lot.
Steven in a position to get here.
Going to jump in onto Garo, does use the counter-strike to try and keep himself alive, does ignite Nikki to try and maybe get the kill back, but no, gets darted into the wall, gets stunned up. That's going to be Ogden picking up that kill onto the Jax.
Okay, well there we go, a successful gank.
Very nicely played from Ogden there, and this gives Nikki the opportunity to push out these side lanes to maybe look to try and use that Gnar to use this Gnar's power to push in these side lanes, and maybe look to take advantages to make cross-map plays when Team Never Surrender look to try and get these dragon fights. But unfortunately, it is still Soul. They are still on Soul point. Zac going to try and catch out Strife here, but ultimately doesn't have the damage to threaten very much onto him. Paranoia comes out from the rest of the team as that's going to be Strife getting one shot here.
You have to get on the Dragon.
Going to get picked up by Zac. Dragon forced to run away here as Bonren just a bit late to the play as Strife just breeding a little bit too hard here. Trying to go in and get this, try and get that pick in the jungle there. In the enemy jungle. That's going to be the mid-tier one going down. That's going to be a barren start for the side of the Rift Rangers. And
okay, listen, Strife still not spawning for another 10 seconds.
And he also used the Paranoia. It's going to take him such a long time to get into this fight. They should have this now. With this callback Feathers, as there's the Dragon going to be secure. Garo forced to flash away, won't be able to. Blue picks up the kill there, and Rift Rangers managing to come back from this deficit. Being able to get those
bold
picks.
to try to steal that there, Garu. Bold play. Respect.
You can honestly, I can respect it. You have to try and do something. If you steal that away, there goes Rift Ranger's entire ability to try and play out the next dragon fight. It's a winning play. If you win that Baron flip as Garo, you win the game. But also a bit of a futile attempt. No, with the Smite and the Xayah as well. The combined damage from the side of the Rift Rangers does ultimately prevail.
Listen, I do think that the win condition for Rift Rangers here is going to be to avoid team fights, because just looking at the scoreboard, I am very, very afraid of the team fight potential of Team Never Surrender. Rift Rangers is doing well playing with their strengths, looking for picks.
Nikki is.
Yeah, but he's teleported in now.
Dragon Spawn. Here comes Garo. Nikki holding on to this Mega Gnar, trying to get more damage.
There's the Swain ult.
Going to look to flash in, as now the Featherstorm going to come out from Blue, but there's the quadruple fear from the side of Baldwin. Everybody's scattered as Blue going to get dove on. Garo going to pick up that kill. Meanwhile, Ogden goes down on the backside of the fight. Cowpoke, Nikki, and Zac, the last men standing, but ultimately will be unable to stop this dragon from going down. Bonman does miss the Shadow Surge onto Nikki, so he will survive. Garo trying to chase after the Gnar. That'll be the Ocean Soul going over to the side of Team Never Surrender.
Yeah,
As Garo will ultimately pick up this kill on to Nikki eventually. This Gnar, in a bit of in no man's land, as that will be the kill, finally going over to Garo.
Yeah, and Rift Ranger's just not in a position in this game to be able to team fight 5v5 like that.
I mean, you have to team fight that, though. It's the problem. It's Soul being given over to the side of Team Never Surrender.
I get it. It's just when you take a look at the items, when you take a look at the gold disparity here, when you take a look at the team composition, Team Never Surrender wants you to team fight them. They want you to team fight them, especially considering the monster Swain there. Like, with the flash ult.
It's a Shakespearean tragedy, Law. You know that it's going to happen, but you can't. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, honestly, I would have liked to have seen potentially a play to take the tier 2 before the fight begins, and thus have Team Never Surrender give away their position, but ultimately that's not what happened. I mean, I don't even know if that. I don't even think that really changes all that much. All Team Never Surrender need to do is just not show. Just start the dragon with one dude with everybody else positioning around that tier 1 bot. And then yeah, ultimately not a whole lot that they can do with this with that Baron.
Ooh, Zac in a dangerous position up here. Do not want to duel the Jax.
Oh, he has the Spirit Rush. He can get away if he needs to. $27 viewers for him. Well, as things return to normal here on Sunrise Rift, let's look at the gold graph. It's actually not that far ahead for the side of Team Never Surrender, but they have so much tempo going into these into this late game. They have Bonren on this Vex being super strong, up about, I believe, 2 to 3k on this Ahri in the mid lane. You have Catfish Taxi being a massive threat. 6 and 2 are currently on this 6, 2, and 8 on this Swain. And yeah. On the bright side though, everybody else is actually ahead on the side of Rift Rangers. Blue actually up about or 500 gold-ish to on Dragon. Again, up about 300 gold. Hold on, Strife. They're not out of this game just yet. But against this Ocean Soul, against this against Bonren on this 5 and 2 Vex, against Catfish Taxi's insanely strong Swain.
Yep.
This is going to be a difficult matchup.
Jax in the top lane, splitting. They're going to get to collapse on him here.
Yep, here comes the rest of the team. Garo opting to dive onto Zac instead. Will ultimately stun nobody with that counter-strike. There's the Glacial Prism being used from the side of Algan. That will be the kill being given over eventually. Doesn't manage to use that counter-strike. Zac forced to Zanya's. And ultimately the kill will go over the blue. So that's a mid lane tier 1 or tier 2 going down in the meantime. That's Strife pushing out this bot lane as well. They're going to ultimately take this turret as well.
Yeah, gonna lose 2 tier 2 turrets here.
Hold that thought as Team Rift Rangers opting to use this opportunity to start up this Baron here. With Dragon, with only Dragon and Catfish Taxi here to contest.
It's a dangerous call, it's a bold call.
Yep, Bonren's teleporting in now, but they do see him on the backside. They do opt to back away. Paranoia being used from the side of Team Rift Surrender. That's a big fear being landed onto the side of the Rift Rangers. Emily getting caught out here, forced to knock up the Swain. Catfish Taxi flashing himself in as Cook Mickey now looking to try and make a play here on the backside of the team fight, but it's just not going to be enough. Zac trying to to charm Bonman, but mainly just to charm him away, is Dragon going to potentially die to Cowpoke Nikki here, as there we go, there's one kill being given over the Rift Rangers, as that's a double stun, but that's a fear being landed onto him. He will go down, there's the Catfish Taxi, getting that kill onto the Gnar. I apologize if my commentary sounds strange, because it's just looking so dire for the side of the Rift Rangers.
Yeah, listen, it was a bold call to start the Baron there. They needed to be able to collapse on somebody whenever Team Never Surrender was as split as they were, but they weren't. It was played very slow, and ultimately Team Never Surrender able to get pretty much their entire team there. And once again, win the team fight. That's the story of this team composition difference.
Yeah, this Elder Dragon is going to have to be their last stand for their hopes of potentially looking for this rematch in the play-ins. Their last stand to try and get at least a single win, to not go winless in this tournament. And it's got to be so demoralizing for the side of Rift Rangers. Elder is now up. Team Never Surrender, looking to try and set up some vision around the dragon. They will not start it just yet, though. They're waiting for Team Rift Rangers to try and come into the fight. Bonren, meanwhile, pushing out the mid lane, looking to now move in with the rest of his team. Garo, using the counter-strike on the backside, won't ultimately decide to go in. Emily, trying to flash in, or trying to get some engage here, as here comes the Paranoia, near-sided everybody. The Lawhorn, AEG Lawhorn goes down in the meantime. Baby Blue, trying to get some damage here onto Garo, will ultimately fall. Stripe, going to get that kill onto the Cowpoke Nikki there in the front of the matchup. That's a double pullback from the Nevermore Taxi. Going to get the double kill over onto Ogden. And I think that's going to be game. Team Never Surrender going to pick up this Elder Drake, but it will not matter in the long runs of things. Bonner pushing out that mid lane. Unfortunately, Team Rift Rangers going to go down here. 20-second death timers. I don't think they can hold. That's going to be Team Never Surrender. They've done all they can. They just need to hope that whoever wins tomorrow's matchup will win 2-0, and they won't have to fight against this team again in the play-ins. As Blue and EG, now with the last stand, but with no cooldowns up. Blue still having that flash, but I don't think it'll matter. EG trying to look to Dredgeline herself in, but it won't ultimately fail. That's a double counter-strike being landed onto the rest of the team. Blue is ultimately going to go down. Cowpoke Nikki getting one back in the meantime, but that's not going to be enough. Dragon is hitting the Nexus. Zack and Truogan going to get pulled back, will ultimately fail. As there's the 2-0 for the side of Team Never Surrender.
Well, they put up a better fight in Game 2 than in Game 1, but ultimately, Team Never Surrender able to dominate this series.